This is the full picture, and we're going to start with this in Photoshop now. So this is part 2 in Photoshop. What we're using here is the lasso, not the lasso, the pen tool. This is the pen tool, and we are using this to outline the shapes that we want to be inked. Incas. The Incans and the Mayans. The Aztecs. Incans, Mayans, Aztecs. And it makes it have a little bit of a sharper blackness. Give it a sharper black. So black. I like it black. Make it black. My man. Let's see. So what I've done here is I've put, you can see over here on the right side in my layers panel, I've got an ink layer, a opaque flat layer, milky flat, and I'm doing all of this inking on a separate layer. So that when we zoom in here, zoom right in on in there. And then you can do a couple different techniques with this. So you can either make your outline shape and then fill it in. Or you can do your line shape and fill it in. Or you can do like this. And then you can subtract the amount that you have from a filled in black shape and cut out the innards. So you're going to see a big mix of both of those in this one. In this piece. This piece has pieces that I think the piece shows that your piece is what your piece is. And there's going to be little flubs like the belt there. We're going to go back in there and probably fix that. So just hold your chocobos. And this will be his little skirt. His little Greek skirt. And I'm filling in the little cloth bits. So this is the continuation of part 2 on the Jason and the Argonauts splash page for the Hercules Legend of the Laborers project from CoolDojo.com. CoolDojo.com. Get it at CoolDojo.com. If you're listening to this when this is published, it will be a part of the Black Friday sales going on at teepublic.com/user/CoolDojoBro. Get that on your web browser now. Browsing. We're doing sandals. And that's a thigh and a knee. And that's some leg mazers, get your mazers. We're going to erase that little shit thing right there. And then put some more straps for his sandals on there. And that's going to be a little hard piece that's going to be on there. And some toesies. Get your piggies in the bottoms of your sandies. That's part of the little shin guards there. I like shin guards. I should start wearing shin guards. Shin guards and arm bracers. Get bracers. Cough. Sorry. I was coughing. I'm getting over a little cold. Don't worry, it's not the corona. Does a code. Does the little code. I'm vaxxed and boosted though, y'all. I got my vax and I got my boost. I'm all set. Here's a little hand part. We're going to do something a little different right here. We're going to put in all of the hand shapes, a mix of the pen tool and a little bit of the brush tool there. Using that smooth option helps you drive your brush strokes in Photoshop. So you can pretty much draw with a mouse. Yeah. And sometimes it's just easier to do one of these here things. Barf. That's how I burp. Burping and coughing. That's what we should just call this show. Burp, cough, and drawl. Having lots of burps at one time. So right there, that's the brush. I just decided I'm just gonna brush these parts in. Brush those in. That's kind of fun to watch too. I'm gonna have this. I drew this as a spear originally, so I wanted to see maybe if I could turn this into a sword. And oh no, my alarm! I wanted to turn this into a sword, and instead I am going to not turn this into a sword. I'm going to keep it as a spear, and we will finish that up later. I also moved that arm down a little bit because that was getting a little bit long in the air bow. Can you say air bow? And give him a little bit more hair. Chop off that hair. A little better haircut. Get a haircut. Hey, get a haircut. Get a haircut and get a real job. This is another separate layer for this shield that will be up. So, I've got that going. I'm gonna my own business. And up here's where we're going to have the golden fleece. You gotta have a golden fleece. Yes, he's kind of got a long. I'm not gonna look up, rams. I know I got the idea. I wanted you to be able to see the horns. Some rams, probably the Greek, European rams have more closely compact horns or antlers. Are they horns? Or are they antlers? I don't know. Anywho, so every time I've always seen the golden fleece, especially in the old Hercules movies that I used to watch, I never understood what the fleece was. Just thought it was, I didn't get it until I realized that it was a ram skin, ram hide. Here's that darn tree you probably couldn't see on the last video, so kind of got cropped out. Crop it. And you can see a little bit of that. We're not going to get too much into this here tree. I'm going to come back to life as a tree. So we got that in the little island that it sits on the side of the cliff. With some grass bits that will be up there. And we'll get into that ship maybe in the next episode. But what we're going to do on this one is this here skeleton. And he's going to be like a demon kind of skeleton. Kind of demon-y. Oh, you're not a demon, are you? And we're going to shrink the size of that damn skull because I didn't like it that long. And we're going to put some teeth on here. Yeah, give him some scary teeth. I like that scary teeth. Yeah, sharp. Give him sharp. Sharp teeth. I like drawing teeth like that. And molars. He actually has some pretty good teeth. For a skeleton demon. Sometimes you get old demon skelly. And he's got a nice chin. Look at that chin. You're going to go ahead and get it. Punch him up on that chin. A little bit of texture on the side of his jaws. And then you're going to get a whole mess of ribs. You get a whole mess of ribs in the sternum. And then you're going to get another rib cage. I like that rib cage. Oh, that was another layer. Look at that. That's a whole nother layer. That just adds a whole nother layer to it, don't it? Ain't that some? Oh, now we're going to get into the liquefy here. I'm going to round this out just a tad. Oh, yeah, that looked better than before. Look at that now. And then we're going to get a collarbone. Get that collarbone up in there. Put some background on them rib. You got to get them rib to go to the back. They curve around like that now. See? Oh, now I'm going to get in the spine. Get that spine in there. That is a rudimentary spine now. I'm going to cut that off there on the corner. Kind of round them in. Get them kind of layered. Laying them layers on its own layer on the skeleton. The demon skeleton, if I ever done saw one now. I'll get them spine fingers, little spine pieces, and then put a little bit of texture on there. Might be kind of come around the corner and it won't be all beat up. Now that's a spine if you ever did see one. Oh yeah, I like that spine. Now I'm gonna give him some shoulder pads, cause he done been playing football all day. Playing that football. Except he got bones underneath him. Piece of armor. Piece of armor. Piece of armor. Piece of armor. Yeah, sure. You're gonna get a piece of armor in there. Then you're gonna have 2 bones up there, cause you got 2 bones in that form. And then we're gonna come in here. We're gonna put a bunch of funky like hand bones in there. Hand bone, finger bone, hand bone. Touch them. That's a good pinky. That's gonna be the pinky. That's gonna be the ring finger. And then you're gonna get that, all that hated middle finger. You don't want to see that now. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. You never want to see that one. And then you get big old thumb. Thumb it. And then if you look at the hand bone, it's always kind of funky. But this hand gonna be covered up by a sword, by a saber. Saber. And you're gonna have some jewelry. You're gonna have a little bracelet right there. Now I could have just done this. I made out of some layer and cut that out. That probably doing that the long way. You don't do that the long way. See, now you get a selection and you're shortening out that. And we're gonna put some detail on these shoulder pads now. Put a little detail on the shoulder pad. Yeah, spicules. I like them spikes. And then kind of a frame. You always like a picture with a good frame. Shape that up and put a couple little bolts in there. Yeah, more detail like. And I think this one gonna be a little different. Kind of like he stole it from somebody else, you know. Maybe in life he stole this armor from somebody else. And he gonna have a big old belt go across his chest. Yeah, let's fix that jaw. We like that jaw. It's a pretty jaw. Yeah, good job on that jaw. And he's gonna have another belt. And it ain't gonna go behind his face, though. You can make sure you get that subtracted. Oh, now we're gonna fill it in, Tad. Yeah, fill that in there. Fill it up and give him a shield. Got to have a shield because he died. Then we're gonna get some more bones in there. Some scapulas. Then he's gonna have a sword. I guess all those he was gonna have an axe for a little while, but he ain't gonna have no axe. I ain't gonna ask him about that axe. I'm gonna ask you something. Then we're gonna give him a sword. Fill that in. Give him a hilt. Hilt! And a couple little bands of leather on the handle. And go behind his head like he gonna smack it into Jason. Smack you, Jason. I'm gonna smack you, Jason. With his hair sword, I'm gonna cut you in half. But he got that shield up, so he ain't gonna hit him. And then he got a frame around him. Maybe it's the same kind of armor, just a little more spiky. Maybe it's an old armor. Maybe it was his daddy armor. And his daddy used to have spiky armor that was more at an angle instead of rounded like the other ones. Yeah, we're gonna fill in them ribs. Fill in that mouth. Oh yeah. Why not put a couple studs on there? Put some studs on that belt. Yeah, I like that. Stud 'em. Stud, stud, stud. Stud, 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 stud. Stud, 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 stud. And a little bit of us put one in perspective. That one's gonna be kind of rounded. Okay, so we got that all filled in. Now he's gonna have to have a bracer. He's gonna have to have some belts to keep it on there. Don't forget the belt. Grab onto my belt. Couple more details on there. Clean that up. Fill them in. Fill in that spinal cord. And then we're going to give him a shin guard. He's got to have a shin guard too. And then we just going to brush in that with the mouse. Take him on down to Mouseville. Hey, there ain't no Mouseville. These fools just tell you that to make you feel better. There ain't no Mouseville. There ain't no such thing. Percy, you was kind of a butt. Speaking of butt, that was the old coccyx. And we're gonna put some feet bones in here. Put in a couple feet bone. Feet bone, toe bone, toe bone, toe bone. Little toes. Dozy dose. Dozy dose. See, that strap ain't got nothing to hold on to on that old skelly foot. Cut that off. Okay, now here's the full picture, and this is where we're gonna stop. Okay, so until next time, I see ya. Bye-bye.